Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am S.M. Rai, a fellow of the Institute of Marine Engineers, and take this upon to welcome you all to this webinar today on topic emerging maritime opportunities and transformation. This is a jointly organized by Mumbai branch of the Institute of Marine Engineers and CMMI. So, Sinha, can I request you to please answer? I also know that IRS is the current chairman of IX, so we have added responsibilities on the organization. But the question to you, sir, is isn't it an opportunity for class societies to introduce new technologies and remote survey concept in a big way, particularly now when surveyors are finding difficult to go on board? So probably this could be an opportunity for surveyors to use the new technologies like survey performed from ashore, though live streaming and continuous live data, etc. What are the views of the Indian Register of Shipping? New technologies and new methodologies to do surveys.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rai, and good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to thank Institute of Marine Engineers and Company of Master Mariners India for providing me opportunity to speak on this important subject. To start with new technologies, definitely new technological advancements are taking place in terms of digitalization. Mr. Ian Bose, Mr. Grover has already spoken. Of course, I would also like to touch up slightly with respect to the shipping class society as a concern. Further, there's advancements has taken in connectivity, automations, fitment of sensors, and as Mr. Someone said that, Mr. Bose said that the tracking of containers through the digitalization and possibly maybe blockchain. One advantage of digitalization, which has happened as a class point of view, that we are able to issue e-certificates. And with e-certificates is possibly the backbone of remote survey today. If there was no e-certificates, we would not have been able to give the final product of the remote survey. Well, touching regarding digitalization from class perspective, apart from e-certificates, today all our drawings approvals for both for new building, existing ships, modifications, or in e-platform. Even all the documents, stability, everything can be provided on e-platform. And all our survey reports can be shared with the stakeholders like flags, digital in a digitalized form. But the main topic, of course, is today, what you have given me, is talking about the remote survey. So let me talk about remote survey. Basically, remote survey is the word is nowhere appears in the class rule, neither in the class rule nor with IMO any instrument. This basically has come because of this unprecedented disruption which has caused the shipping. As surveyors are not able to board the vessel, there are the safety issues, and that is how the word remote survey has come in forefront today. Just to go back a bit early, I mean, somewhere in the middle of March, IMO Secretary General issued a circular urging all stakeholders to come together and ensure that the shipping trade must continue. And with that, IX, as you said that IX, we are our executive chairman, he is chairing the IX. So we established a task force within the IX, which is called COVID-19 task force, to see what all services, what all certificates, what all surveys can be done through using by remote technique. And we developed some data and some guidelines, and not guidelines, rather what can be done in which type of surveys. And we shared that with the international industry stakeholders also. They had their own concerns that if the certificates are not issued, if the surveys are not extended, that it will affect the shipping adversely. And thereafter, there was a roundtable meeting at IMO, again with the stakeholders, where IMO Secretary General, in the minutes of the meeting, noted that the remote survey are taking place. So only reference I see remote technique is that in the minutes of the meeting of 30th April where the Secretary General noted the remote. He's happy to see the remote surveys are taking place. Now, in present context, the remote surveys are mainly limited to extension of survey. That means the vessel certificates are expiring, and everyone has understood that there's a force majeure, and therefore shipping has to continue, so something has to be done. So through remote survey, what we are trying to do is extend the certificate for 3 months, as SOLAS allows 3 months. And this is with a specific concurrence with the flag. As I said, there's no instrument, there's no IMO instrument by which you can do, which allows you to the remote survey. So therefore, remote surveys are done with a specific concurrence, case-to-case concurrence with the flag administrations. Of course, to standardize what we need to do and how we'll do remote surveys, because you just can't say that I will do remote surveys. So we have developed our own detailed procedures. This is called D11, and which covers what all remote survey and what would we be looking at, and on what basis we will be making decision-making process. So all that has been shared with the various flag administration, and I'm happy to say that Indian government, Indian administration also accepted, and therefore that is how we have been doing a remote survey. We have done almost 150 remote surveys and audits and issued e-certificates in all the cases. But you see that fact remains that one is, of course, force majeure, where you can give 3 months extension. And there is another in SOLAS, what we call is special circumstances, where you can, if the vessel cannot be attended in a particular port, for the port is where surveyor cannot reach, then at the maximum another 3 months extension can be given. Some of the flag administrations, they have said so that they do not, they can, if the RO is submit the procedures, the 6 months, 3+3 can be given. But as I said, primarily it is limited to extending the certificates for 3 months and plus 3 months. Of course, some of the flag administration says, no, you can't do 3 months is the only one can you do, and beyond 3 months, you have to do some part survey. Coming back to your question of whether remote survey concept can be taken in a big way, I would say it is rather early to predict and say that remote survey can be done in a big way. Because let's first understand, we all know that survey is nothing but a process of risk assessment. And we all understand the risk assessment when you physically board the vessel, when you can see each and everything with your visual eyes. So the extent of risk assessment which you can do, you can't be doing through remote survey, because you need to see the structural safety, you need to see the machinery safety, you need to see the cargo system safety, you need to see the life safety. So various safety which you cannot do. However, the experience which is being gained, we have to work on that so that we can come out with a development of a consistent procedure, that how a particular remote surveys are done. Just let me explain you what do we do in the remote survey. Remote survey, in remote survey, what we are doing is the success depends upon the pre-planning of the survey. So what do we do? Depending on type of survey, we send our checklists, and also what we would be looking at, for this survey. So we send them, master and chief engineer, ship specific and survey specific checklist 2 days in advance. Now the master has to go through those checklists. He has to fill up the checklist and be ready for direct interactive session. And we also tell them that which are the area which we would be needing, which we will be looking at through the video, through video streaming or through the sensor data. So this is sent to them well in advance, and then we sit with them once they are prepared, and then the surveyor tries to do the risk assessment. Whatever queries he has, he asks them directly, and whatever he has specific, something he wants to see the fire pump running, something he wants live boat lowered, so it is being lowered and videos. So all these things are done. But to be very frank, we do not have a consistent procedure today for carrying out remote survey. And this is the one aspect which is now we have IX in there is a group. It's called IX Strategy Committee, a steering committee for strategy. So in a steering committee for the strategy, we have raised the issue to bring a structured approach for remote survey. So I would say yes, if not today, maybe further down the line when we gain this experience gained is shared, and experience gained is shared. And I'm sorry, having slight problem with my screen. Okay, experience. And then we have to come up with the technical parameters for this survey. What would be the technical parameters for acceptance? That we have to come out. But this, how do you bring equivalency between the physical survey and the remote survey? Some amount of equivalency decision-making process has to be there. And a risk-based approach that can underpin decision-making process, that will be very important. Now, another aspect is basically the survey. If you do remote survey, it has to be accepted by the insurance body and the flag. And finally, there has to be baseline document of the IMO instruments has to be modified to cater to the remote surveys. Some other important aspects also, what about legal aspects in doing remote surveys? Today, if a surveyor does the survey, if something goes wrong, he is liable, he has to explain, he can be pulled in court. So how do we cover the legal aspects and underwriting aspects of a remote survey, and how do we indemnify the surveyors and the class society? So there are issues, and I'm sure that once we move ahead, once we analyze whatever the experience gained, so this could be further developed, where if not all, certain part of the there could be a possibility that certain surveys, a limited way, can be done through the remote survey. Of course, it will take a long time, because as I said, that lot many other things has to be, and eventually finally has to be accepted by the administration and industry body as well as the IMO and all. So I think I hope that I have clarified on this.
Thank you, Mr. Sinha. Thanks a lot for your detailed explanation on the remote survey. I was only surprised to know that remote word is not there in IX dictionary as yet. But I hope your chairman chairing the IX and India has the honor, something will come out of the remote surveys, because I'm sure future lies there. So thank you so much. And I will take this opportunity to thank all my panelists and the 6 speakers. And we are coming almost to our next schedule of the day. So I will hand over to Captain Basim. Can you please take over the question answer session from the same speaker? Because I believe there are a lot of questions from the audience, and something which has been sent to us before even this webinar started. So thank you again, my panelists. Your very detailed and explanatory notes and explanation. Captain Basim, please.
Mr. Suresh Sinha now, sir. Mr. Suresh Sinha, sir, you are there?
Yes, please. Yes, yes.
Sir, I have a question. Though you answered, you spoke about the online survey and survey from the outside. There's a question. The flags are now allowing ROs to do annual surveys and ISM audits. I'll repeat my question. Flags are now allowing ROs to do annual surveys and ISM audits, even remotely from ashore. What is your opinion?
Okay. Coming back, as I said earlier, that presently the flags are only authorizing class society to extend the certificates or carry out audit and extend the certificate, not a full-fledged renewal audit or renewal survey. So basically, the mandate which is being given is that there's no IMO instrument which talks of the remote surveys. Neither SOLAS nor any ISM convention, no class society has anything rule developed for remote survey. So each society has developed its own. So presently what is being done is each case by case we seek authorization, and this authorization normally only come for extension, not for renewal survey and not for a annual creating of annual survey. Yes, part create can be done. As I said, this lot of learning has taken place. So something can be seen, it can be advanced. But the survey cannot be completed. Annual survey cannot be completed. And of course, you can't do any other survey than that. You can do annual survey, you can do a little bit occasional survey. You can't do a special survey, intermediate survey. But presently, depend on the flag. Flag has to give authorization, and we can only go up to that. And no one is, because you can't have the proper risk assessment from ashore. So all you can do is you can extend, or you can part held, keep the survey part held. Whatever you have seen, you credit it, leave something, and go back to SIP again whenever the situation comes and complete the survey. So it is extension and part of it. And it may there may be possibility that certain remote certain survey can be done in future, but one has to develop a consistent approach, consistent procedure. As I said in IX, now we have raised an issue in IX strategy committee that let us develop a consistent procedures, not that the individual society have its own procedures. So let us develop a consistent and structured procedure for each type of survey. Once we develop, possibly we will share with the industry, we will share with the flag, we will share with the insurance body, and then we can come out something by which it could be, and how do we mitigate the risk part of it. Possibly in future, it can be accepted to certain extent for limited type of survey. I hope I have.
Thank you, sir. And I also do hope, because we all are aware, there's enough technology actually available to do the remote monitoring of the various machineries and other parameters on board. And I take your word, sir, as you said, now IRS is in an annex body. So we hope to see the positive result. Especially this COVID-19 has taught us many things which we never imagined before.
Yeah.
Actually, we are overshooting the time. I have plenty of questions. I will humbly request that we have noted down the question from the chat, and maybe the CMMI and IMEI body together, we can later on go back to answer them. We are short of time, so at this time I will close our question answer session. I thank all our esteemed speakers for the valuable time. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain.